Life has a way of pulling us in 100 different directions. Work, school, family, money, relationships, even just keeping up with everyday responsibilities. It can feel like there's always something demanding our attention. And most of the time, the loudest thing in our life gets our focus. But here's what I've learned. The loudest thing isn't always the most important thing. The text message, the email, the stress, the deadlines, they all yell for our attention. But the voice of God? It's often quiet, steady, gentle. If we're not careful, we'll miss it because we're too distracted by the noise. When we don't put God first, we feel scattered, drained, and restless. We feel like we're running on empty no matter how much effort we put in. But when we do put Him first, everything else, our work, our relationships, even our peace of mind, starts to line up. Not perfectly, not magically, but with a kind of balance and strength that only comes from Him. And that's what I want to share with you today. Why putting God first changes everything, and how we can actually live it out in our everyday lives. I'll be honest, there have been times in my life where I treated God like an afterthought. I'd pray when things were going wrong, or I'd try to squeeze Him into the leftover spaces of my day. And the result? I felt empty. I felt like I was running on fumes, trying to hold everything together on my own. It was like carrying a heavy backpack everywhere I went. I could keep moving, but it wore me down. And eventually, I'd break under the weight. But I flipped that around when I said, God, you're not going to be the last thing on my list. You're going to be the first. That's when everything shifted. Did my problems vanish overnight? No. But my perspective changed. Instead of waking up in stress, I woke up in peace. Instead of carrying all the weight myself, I had someone stronger carrying it with me. And all that made a difference. The Bible makes this really clear. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Notice that word, first, not second, not when you have time, not when everything else is done. God is saying, put me at the top, put me at the center, make me your foundation, and when you do, I'll take care of what you need. Think about it like this. If you've ever tried to organize your day without a plan, you know how messy it feels. You run around, you get things done, but you're exhausted and unsure if you even did the right things. But if you start with a priority list, suddenly things become manageable. God is saying, make me your priority list. When He comes first, everything else has a place. And when He doesn't, nothing feels like it fits. So the question is, how do we actually do this in real life? Because it sounds good in theory, but what does it look like when we're busy, stressed, or distracted? Let me give you a few ways. Start your day with Him. Before you check your phone, before you dive into work, take even just 5 or 10 minutes to pray, read scripture, or thank Him for a new day. It doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just a simple, God, thank you for waking me up today. Guide me. Those first few minutes will set the direction. Surrender your plans. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." That means before you go into your to-do list, pause and hand it to God. Say, Lord, here's my schedule, here's my goals, but I give them to you. Lead me where you want me to go. That's letting God take the lead, rather than trying to stay in control yourself. Honor Him in your choices. Whether it's how you treat people, what you watch, how you spend your money, or what you post online, ask yourself, does this reflect God first or me first? These questions can help keep you aligned. Trust Him in your struggles. Life hits hard. Unexpected bills, health problems, conflict, stress, it all shows up. Putting God first means, instead of panicking, we pause and say, Lord, I can't handle this on my own, but I know you can. That shift from fear to faith is what brings peace in the storm. Make time for worship. Putting God first isn't only about asking for things, it's about giving Him the praise He deserves. Worship reminds us of who He is and pulls our focus off ourselves. You can worship in your car, in your room, or at church. The place doesn't matter. The heart does. Now, let me be real with you. Putting God first doesn't mean we'll always get it right. We're human. We get distracted. We get busy. Sometimes we even forget. But God isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for priority. He wants your heart more than your performance. He wants you to come to Him even when it's messy, even when you feel unworthy. And the beautiful part is, His grace meets us there. When we stumble, His hand is still outstretched. Putting Him first isn't about being flawless. It's about returning to Him again and again, choosing Him every single day. Here's an illustration I love. Imagine your life as a jar. You've got big rocks, small pebbles, and sand. If you fill the jar with sand first, the little distractions, the endless scrolling, the stress, and the things that don't really matter, there will be no room for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, the things that matter most, suddenly the smaller stuff finds its place. God is that big rock. If He goes in first, the rest of life has room to fit. If He's last, everything feels overcrowded and overwhelming. It's not about how much you can carry. It's about what you put in first. Putting God first isn't just about a morning routine or a checklist. It's about the foundation of your whole lifestyle. It means every area of life, your work, your relationships, your goals, rests on Him. When God is at the center, you begin to notice how decisions feel clearer, how worries don't weigh as heavy, and how even setbacks can be faced with hope. Living this way keeps us grounded no matter what season we're in, because our strength comes from Him and not from ourselves. So here's my challenge for you. What's one step you can take this week to put God first? Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier to read Scripture. Maybe it's surrendering a decision you've been stressing over. Maybe it's choosing prayer instead of panic when things get tough. Whatever it is, take that step. And don't overcomplicate it. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how God moves. Proverbs 3:6 says, "In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." That's a promise. When we put God first, we're not just adding Him into our lives like another task. We're building our lives on Him. And when your life is built with God, no storm can take you out.